Dave, just how much of a test was that for you guys from the way the game started with Teo's drop ball to having to kind of rally and push Yamamoto's, especially as you look at how this team kind of responds to those kind of moments as you move forward here in October?
It was a great test, and we didn't waver. Even after that first inning, and guys stayed positive, stayed within themselves, kept taking good at bats, and Yoshi stepped up, once again and added some pitches in that first inning. But, he was locked in, and for him to get us into the seventh was huge. And us tack on offensively, defensively, we're playing great. And, it was good to see Roki finish that game too.
Is Roki your closer now?
I trust him, and he's going to be pitching in leverage. So that was, the more you pitch guys and play guys, you learn more. So, like I said about Yamamoto, I don't think the moment's going to be too big for Roki.
Go to Barry right up front, Doc.
Hey, Doc, congrats. Every year is different, but how far do you think this team can go? And would you like to get back to the World Series and play the Yankees again?
I think we can win it all. I think we're equipped to do that. We certainly have the pedigree. We certainly have the hunger. We're playing great baseball. And in all honesty, I don't care who we play. I just want to, be the last team standing.
Any questions for Doc? Jack?
Just what have you seen out of the offense the last couple of nights to kind of keep piling on runs, finding different ways to score like they did kind of in the later innings tonight?
I think that what we're seeing is, winning pitches, using the whole field, fighting, and not trying to just slug. I think we're taking team at bats. Situationally, we've been fantastic, and even roared at the bottom. Whether it's a sacrifice, the fight to slap an 0-2 double to the other way to get on base. We're just doing things, whether it's a sac fly, we're doing whatever it takes. Even Shohei in the situation, getting a guy over to set the stage for Mookie. So just team baseball, team at bats.
And then in that eighth inning, just kind of what were you seeing out of Emmett? What prompted you to kind of make the move there, and kind of how do you view him going forward after this? I trust him. It was his first kind of real crack at kind of late leverage. He wasn't sharp, but I believe in him. I really do. And I think for me is, to think that he can get through Benson, although he had count leverage, to then feel like he can get through McLean. He would have been over 30 pitches, and I just didn't think the stuff was as sharp. And so for me, I just kind of had a gut feeling that, give Vesey a chance to get count leverage versus Andujar, or if they leave Benson in. And I liked him against McLean and then Friedel. So that's kind of my thought. And, but Emmett did a fine job. It's just it just wasn't sharp tonight.
Towards the back in the fourth row.
Dave, Mookie's turnaround this year has just been kind of insane. Can you just kind of talk about what kind of player he is to have that start and then now come through like he always has and be one of the best players in the world?
I think it started when he just kind of just gave up on chasing, having a career year, chasing an MVP or whatever it was. I think he just kind of was resolved to just let that go, play for the present and the future, and play to help the team win. And I think that just took a lot of pressure off him. And then everything kind of unveiled, and he got to be the player that he was and freed himself up. And so, yeah, he's playing fantastic baseball.
Right up front to your left.
What have you seen out of Ben Rorvet and his place in taking Will Smith's place right now in the postseason, and what he's been able to do offensively?
Yeah, Ben's been an unsung hero. Just kind of coming in here, trying to replace, an all-star catcher. He has the trust in the pitchers. He's a servant first. He receives well. He throws well. He just understands who he is as a hitter. So to be able to kind of move runners, see pitches, put the ball in play, get hits when we need them, he's been fantastic. And he had big shoes to fill, but he's done a great job with the fingers, the catching, all of it.
We'll finish up with Jack in the second row.
How much of a lift is it for the team when Kike has some of these big October moments, and especially like the double tonight that kind of flipped that inning in the fourth and got you in the lead?
That was huge. Kike is obviously an energy giver, and when he's playing and playing well, guys feed off of that. Miggy Rose like that. Teo's like that, but October Kike is something pretty special, and the track record speaks for itself. He's throughout history, he's one of the best throughout history in the postseason.
Daisuke in the fourth row on your left, Doc.
Hi, Dave. Congratulations. Let me ask you about the next series. So Shohei's starting game 1 in Philadelphia.
Yeah, Shohei's going to start game 1.
Anything else for Doc before we let him go? Third row.
Okay. Hi, could follow up on the next series, just sort of like your mindset all the way flipping to Philly already? And what
very talented ball club. It's going to be a fun environment. I think we match up really well with those guys. They're going to run a bunch of left-handers at us. Talented all throughout the lineup. They got Trey back, so it's going to be a fun series.
And Barry.
You've had now it both ways with the week off and now playing a wild card series. You think it's more beneficial to just be playing every day?
Well, if you can bank getting through the wild card series, I think so. It just kind of takes on some downside, obviously, playing in this series. But, getting through it the way we have, kind of seamlessly getting to the next series, I think we're in a good spot.
You'll be sharp going into the next.
And we'll be sharp going to the next series.
All right, Doc, congratulations.
All right,
We'll
thanks,
see you in
guys.
Philly.